everyone and welcome back to the Leap channel. Today I'm going to be talking through the Tomahawk. Now I've had so many requests for this on Instagram. I'm going to talk you through the progression. So we're going to start with the fundamental basics of it and how to use the rotation. We're going to build that out and really go for it going towards goal. Now the Tomahawk can be used towards goal all over the circle, but it can also be used to make little passes and longer passes down the field. When you come onto that Tomahawk and make a pass, it's extremely difficult to defend. So we're going to talk through it today. Stay tuned and I'll show you exactly how to get better at it. All right guys, so the first bit of this is learning to use rotation through the stroke, okay? It's really important that we get a lot of power from the rotation rather than just our arms, okay? That is one of the fundamental basics of the Tomahawk, is to use the core and really whip through the ball to gain maximum power. Now, we're gonna start in a low lunge position. The ball, my right foot and my left foot are all in line, and I'm gonna start with a split frying pan grip. A frying pan grip means that the V's are down the flat bit of the stick, okay? So this is a frying pan grip, split frying pan grip. We're gonna start like that, all 3 points in a line, and my arms are gonna stay nice and stiff. So I just rotate back. My arms don't do this or any movement. I rotate back and then rotate forward. Into this position, split frying pan. Now the idea of this is I wanna keep my weight a bit more forward on my front leg, and that will become apparent a bit more later when I talk through how we distribute our weight on our legs, okay? So we start with the split frying pan grip, rotate back, and then rotate forward. So now that you've got the hang of the rotation piece, we're now gonna come up on our back leg. So in that low lunge position, and we're just gonna lift our toes so that we're now in a lunge position. We're gonna do exactly the same drill. Rotate back, don't move those arms, and just rotate forward. Okay, I'll show you one more. So down on one knee, bring that back knee up. Knees are over my front toe, rotate back, and rotate forward. When you rotate forward, you wanna get this left hip coming towards the target. So we really rotate round and we should end up facing the target once we finished. So I get a lot of questions on where you need to make contact with the ball on the Tomahawk. You want to make contact where the white piece of tape is on my stick. Now, I hit a lot of these and I ended up just splitting my stick. So the tape is there just to keep me from getting splinters at the moment. But that is exactly where you need to make contact with the ball, okay? We don't want to make it on the hook because it could go anywhere. We want to make it directly on the blade of the stick. Now, think about this. Wherever you make contact with this, it usually comes off 90 degrees. And that's going to depend on where our feet are positioned, okay? So if I'm going towards goal here, all right, my feet are nicely in line and the ball is in line with my foot. Now when it comes off the stick, it's going to come off on a 90-degree angle. Let's say I want to go into that far corner. So I'm going to angle my feet differently, and now where that ball comes off, okay, is angled towards that corner. Same with this side. I angle my feet differently and it can come off 90 degrees. Now, as you get better at this, what you're going to do is you're probably going to adapt your wrists depending on where that ball is. But just for learning purposes, make sure that you've got everything in line, okay, and that ball should start to come off on that 90-degree angle. So now that you've practiced with the split frying pan grip and got the rotation, what we're going to do, we're just going to add in some wrist movement as well. So I'm going to start in that low lunge position. Again, my knees are over my toes, so my weight is further forward. I'm leaning over my front leg. Now, as I come back, I'm just going to push my left hand towards the target. So now I get a little bit more rotation, and I also get a snap of the stick when I'm ready. We use like a scissor action. So you push that hand forward, and then as you meet the ball, you pull back and the stick whips through. So that plus the rotation is how we generate a lot of power. So from here, down in one leg, bring the stick back, push the hand forward, and I'm gonna put the combination together and just rotate through. Again, I finished facing the target. So now that we've got the wrist action too, we're going to bring our hands together into a frying pan grip. We're just going to start in this low lunge position again. We're going to rotate back, push the left hand forward, get my shoulders in line with the ball. So now I'm parallel to the ball. And as I rotate through, snap the wrists and rotate facing the target. Show you that one more time. Here, rotate, push the left hand forward, and then come through. So now I'm going to talk you through exactly how to to get into the position to hit the tomahawk, okay? A lot of players will come up to here and have a high stick before they come into this, okay? This is the way to learn it in order to nail the fundamentals down. You're gonna get the rotation, the wrist action, the snap, and you're gonna finish facing the target. So we start in this low lunge position, frying pan grip, knee over my toes, and my weight is predominantly on my right foot, okay? Now, from here, I'm gonna flip the stick over, okay? If you wanna get that with your left hand, you can bring the stick back and just push your left hand all the way through. Two ways to do it. I like to flip it over, line my shoulders up. Now I'm in a really set position, and I'm gonna rotate and extend my arms as I go through. A good way to practice this without bringing the stick up, okay? If you can't get the swing through because the time is not right or you don't get low enough, keep the stick on the floor. So we start in exactly the same position, flip the stick, put it on the floor, okay? Line the shoulders up and then come through with the stick on the floor. This will start allowing you to get the connection piece, because once you get that, it actually becomes much easier. So we've talked a little bit about where you need to make contact with the ball, and it's on this white tape above the hook. If we hit the hook, it's going to go absolutely anywhere. So we want to be sure that we get it in this position. Now, where does the stick and your hands need to be in order to hit it flat? We're going to talk through that now. So I'm in that position where I start, okay? Now, if I go too low, that ball, my stick, in fact, is going to hit below the center point of the ball. Now, where's this going to go? It's going to go in the air. Okay, which is great. We love that. If you can hit balls and tomahawks in the air when you're going towards goal, perfect. But we also want to be able to hit them flat, because when we make passes, we want to keep it as flat as possible, okay? So we want to hit the ball dead in the middle, okay? Which means the stick has to be on a diagonal. The end of the stick is going to be in the middle of my shin. So now this is the striking position. This is where I'm going to make contact and hopefully hit it flat. So from here, flip it, rotate, and then we go. Now, as you get better and you learn the fundamentals and you start hitting it more consistently, you can play around with your swing. I'm just giving you here the fundamental basics of how to hit it and use that rotation to create maximum power. Now, when I actually strike the ball, I like to, instead of coming back here, I like to bring my stick up here. Okay, so when it's out, I like to rotate straight away and line my shoulders up with the ball. Now my back is facing where I want it to go, but before I come through the swing, my stick drops. Okay, we shallow the stick so that we can come round in a rotational, right? So here, up, this is my position before I strike. I drop the stick on the swing and rotate through. So here, up, drop the stick, rotate through. Like I said, everyone's technique is going to be slightly different. The biggest thing that what we don't want is that you just windmill your arms and you just use your arms. You're going to get no power, it's going to take too long, okay, and you're not going to get much opportunity in the circle because defenders are going to be winning that ball off you all the time. You've got to be quick, okay? So from here, rotate. So we've talked through the fundamentals, we've talked through how to get power, and we've talked through the connection piece. Now, how do you do this on the move, okay? There's two ways to do it, okay? If you're in small space and you're not running, you can shuffle and sidestep until that ball's in a good position. So what you might do, if the defender's on your back, you might take a touch out wide, shuffle one step, and then come into the strike, okay? The other option is on the move and doing it off your left foot. Now, that is the harder piece to this puzzle, all right? When you go off your left foot, you can't get all the way round, okay? You're gonna have to only come a little bit. If I can come all the way around, that's great, but chances are I'm not going to be able to. So you've got to get that stick nice and flat early and come round using that rotation still. But we're going to be on the move. If I just show you here, I roll it out, I'm on the move, left foot, and I'm still moving. So doing it off your left foot, most of the skill and the fundamentals remain the same. We're still in that frying pan grip. Now the ball's in line with my left foot. It might be slightly in front, just on the inside, depending on how you like it, depending on how your swing comes through. Like I said, everyone's technique is slightly different. But we're still gonna get nice and low, and my weight is still gonna be over my toe, okay? Stay balanced. So I'm still in here, change frying pan grip off my left foot. I can't get a full rotation, so the stick comes down early, but I rotate and still step through. All right guys, so we've now learned the fundamental basics of the Tomahawk. What an awesome skill. The ability to be able to play on the backhand opens up so much more of the game, and it does give you that fire when you're in the circle to take shots on. Stay tuned till the end because I'm going to be walking you through my favorite progression of the Tomahawk. On to the next, let's go. Now I said the last piece is worth staying till the end because now we're going to learn how to hit the ball on the run in the air. The hardest Tomahawk that you can learn, okay? Now the fundamentals remain the same. Remember, when you want to hit it in the air, you've got to hit below the center point of the ball. So your hands, if I show you on the floor, your hands drop down lower, okay? So when you're going into your right foot shot, you've got to make sure that you drop your hand even lower down to get that strike in the air. So a way to practice this is to run on a diagonal. Remember, where that ball comes off usually comes off 90 degrees. So if I run straight from here, I'm only going to end up going wide. So I'm going to run on the diagonal so I can try and hit that corner. So from here, I'm going to run on the diagonal, push it out my feet a little bit there, and strike. So I'm going to go for the side netting, hopefully in the top corner. But I'm going to get my hands nice and low on the connection. I'm going to rotate as much as possible, and I'm going to be on the move so I can perform this skill at speed. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. That is a little tutorial on the Tomahawk. The fundamental basics are going to lead you to exceptional technical skills when you use this, okay? If you can nail down those fundamental basics of using the rotation to create power, making the connection just above the hook, and also hitting it directly in the middle of the ball, you're going to achieve great things when it comes to hitting the Tomahawk. Practice the fundamentals first. Go through repetitions of it. Break it down. And as you get better and you start making clean connections, then you can start bringing the stick up, dropping it and playing around with your technique a little bit. Now, if you love this video, please subscribe to the channel and like it. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Thanks very much.